Single mom who says she's moved 4 times due to poor living conditions at apartment complexes right here in San Angelo.
KNDY's JJ Maldonado shares her story and has tips from the legal perspective on what your rights are as a renter. JJ?
Good evening, Adam and Monica. Well, the good news is you have rights as a renter, even when you may not feel you do. It may all go back to reading the fine print of your lease, and when you're having issues, keeping everything in writing.
When I did the walkthrough, it was fine.
A collapsed roof, mold, and unwanted critters. These are housing issues Hunter Lovelady claims she had to deal with in the scope of the past few months.
Just a skinny little crack. As you can see, that was the opening right there.
She says a leak due to the storms turned into a fallout of her ceiling, an issue she notified her leasing office of.
It took me physically going out there to search them in the apartments for them to come up there.
To accommodate for the damage, Lovelady says the apartment complex moved some of her items into a new apartment at the Sandpiper.
They moved me in. There's mold in the top of the ceiling in the bathroom. The carpet is coming up. The oven is broke.
Thank you for calling Resort at Riverside.
After initially agreeing to do an interview with me on Wednesday, I tried reaching back to the property manager for an interview, but they never responded or answered my calls.
We will contact you as soon as possible.
Meanwhile, legally, Judge Eddie Howard says there are certain rights between renters and landlords.
A lot of people think the landlord has all the advantages over the tenant, and that's not really true.
He says there are property codes landlords must abide by, but the tenant must also be up to date with all of the rent.
A lot of times tenants think that I'm not going to pay my rent until the water heater is fixed, you know. Well, they've messed up because the law says they've got to be current on their rent.
The lease will also play a factor in getting repairs fixed. Text or social media messages may only apply depending on the wording in the lease agreement.
The landlord's not obligated to go just because the person says, I think there's a problem. They got to put it in writing, and that starts the clock ticking to get those repairs done, and so that person can come to court.
As for the single mom, she plans on seeking a lawyer and taking legal action.
You know, financially as a single mom, I can't afford to take off work and move my things for the 4th time.
Again, as Judge Howard said, your best bet is to get everything in writing, and he says that will help you when you're getting your case to the bench. Adam, Monica.